So I woke up this morning with a temperature of 100.1. And I've taken it a few times with a few thermometers, and it's ranging from 99.7 to 100.2.
So slightly elevated.
Yeah. And I have a cough. And I have, I got the chills last night, and I've been feeling a little fatigued, but that's kind of like my secret, Joe. I'm always kind of tired.
I don't remember last time I wasn't.
Right.
Even on my day off.
So I'm going to try to get tested today.
At least you have access to a test.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Well, they're everywhere now. Like,
Yeah. Now I'm saying
Yeah.
It's different when this shit started.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in Maryland anyway, because we got all those Korean tests.
We got a Korean hookup.
Yeah, I guess nuts. But anyway, so I'm guessing I've probably got it. Playing the odds.
I mean, like since this started, we've talked about how you and I are likely to get it.
Yeah.
So. And also hope for the best, expect the worst, right?
Yeah.
You're never disappointed.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
But also you're feeling all right.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I got a little bit of a headache, and like I said, I didn't sleep well last night. I went to bed. I told you, I was fatigued. I felt super exhausted. I went to bed probably at 7:45. I was up at 11:45, and then pretty much grabbed 5 to 10 minute intervals of sleep from then until 4:30 when I decided to throw in the towel and just start my day.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not like you're incapacitated or nothing.
Correct.
Or deteriorating. Or
well, Laura, so I felt those chills over the night, right? But I was like, it's probably my mind, playing tricks on me, whatever. So Laura this morning, we had a nice morning, you know what I mean? And after we were finished having a nice morning, she was like, how do you feel? And I said, why do you ask? She said, because you feel warm. I was like, oh, Lord.
So are you quarantining yourself in your house or some shit?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been in contact with my job, and Laura's not allowed to go back to her job until either I test negative or she tests negative. So things might get a little tight here for a second.
She doesn't have to test it, or you just have to test and make sure you're fine. If you're not, then she has to test, I guess.
Yes. So if I test positive, then she has to test negative. If I test negative, then she's fine.
How are you all handling the kids?
The best we can. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean,
don't worry about stuff like that, Bobby.
Yeah, no. I get it. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, since this kind of started, and been like, how are we gonna play it? And
I mean, you always have I guess they'll be exposed now anyway if you have it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you always have the mother-in-law to fall back to, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, now, we don't want them around her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're already exposed now. It's not like that's an option anymore.
Correct. So, things are going to be touch and go here for a bit, but it's not stopping me from podding.
Yeah, this morning I was like, there's no rules other than your own, Bobby, that we can't just cancel for a week due to COVID, like everybody else.
I did a podcast of Nerd Rage with a herniated disc laying on the floor.
Yes, but I think that's different.
Yeah, that was harder.
Well, I guess depending on, depending on your condition, you know what I mean. Like if you're starting to struggle to breathe, you don't need to be fucking potting.
Yeah. Well, if I start struggling
on air,
if I start struggling to breathe, I'll probably pause it.
Pause it. Give me a minute, bros.
But as of right now, I'm not feeling any of that. I do have this congestion. I have a cough. The cough has started to become productive. So
not like it's getting hard, not getting to work, but stuff is coming out.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a good sign.
That you're getting rid of shit.
Yeah. Because
that's always a funny phrase, productive cough. It's like, what's it doing for you?
Right. But it's supposed to be a dry cough.
Yeah.
And it was.
You could just be sick.
Yeah. And it was a dry cough, but it was a dry cough yesterday. But today I've already coughed up some shit. So I mean, it could be sinuses.
It hasn't taken a minute though, because of the vitamin water, so you claim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I haven't been drinking much vitamin water.
Oh, well, there you go. Get back on that shit. Yeah, like people getting sick, like that's a tough part. People getting sick nowadays is like you immediately think if it would be that or not because people get sick. If I get sick, I know for sure that's what it is. You've known me for what, fucking 5 years probably? Never had a fucking sniffle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can tell you, I haven't had a fever since the 90s.
Wow, that's better than me. I get one around every 10 years. So I had a bad one in 2010. That's why I got that scar on my face. Like I fucking fell in a bathroom and hit my fucking face on the tub.
Yeah, I don't get sick. Like I'll get like a little sniffle, like a little runny nose, like a cold.
Yeah, not put you down sick.
Hell no, I don't get sick. Like nausea, vomiting, like all that stuff. Like that's very outside of the pocket for me.
Just herniated discs.
Herniated discs, I definitely get. Twice, and that motherfucker's been creeping up on me recently. Like just reminding me that he's still there.
I mean, once you've done it, it's a permanent thing. You just gotta keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
But
I have become like more conscious of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm like super clued into the signs. So when I feel a little like when he's like, hey, I wouldn't turn that way if I was you. I'd listen straight away.
That's good. You're not being hard headed about that shit anymore. Not like I can do it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been a bit of a stressful day so far, and we'll see how it goes, man.
But it doesn't sound like you're down about it. It sounds like you're, hopeful.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like,
and some people, I guess everyone reacts differently. I'm kind of the same way, but some people will like stress over stuff that they can't, do anything about.
Yeah, I mean,
are you gonna get tested? Like, you'll worry about it when it comes to positive, right?
Not really. I mean, it won't feel good. You know what I mean? But like, they say you don't start developing symptoms till you're 5 to 8 days in, right?
Yeah.
And then you got like another 10 days.
Yeah.
So like,
but you've been on and off around that shit, so you wouldn't even know when this might have been from if you caught it sometime.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like, just playing the numbers, like 85% show nothing.
Yeah.
Another 10 show some, and then another 3 have a hard time, and then the other ones is a real hard time.
Yeah.
And then if you take those numbers and apply them to my age and health and all that, then the statistics change also. So playing a numbers game, like I'm not worried.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. Yeah.
But I'd rather not have it. But if I can get it and move past it and have some antibodies, then I'll take them.
I mean, I like honestly, that's I always thought that was like the best route. That's the best outcome you can have. The best outcome you can have is not catching it. The best outcome you can have is catch it and get over it easily.
Right.
Yeah, like that. Then you're in the fucking clear. Well, people around you aren't in the clear, but you're in the clear.
Right. So that's been my morning.
Yeah, because it was a quick change. Like at 4 a.m. or some shit, you're like, yeah, we're meeting up. And then at 6 a.m., you're like, not so much.
Yeah. So
and also Pinkerton's not here. Not that he's quiet.
Oh yeah, he's still working on his audio. Yeah, he's doing work stuff today. So we are going to have hopefully we're going to have a conversation about quarter scale with Laura here in a bit, but I figured we'd, catch up, do our nerd weeks, do some news, and then, do the Q&A stuff, and then have a conversation.
Yeah.
So how was your nerd week?
My nerd week's been all right. I'm considering a twitching part of my nerd week. Just because, I'm so consistent in it with Krista, and it is our demographics, the people in our Twitch is very nerdy, and we talk about a lot of nerd stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm spending a good amount of time doing it. I'm having a great time. It's basically Potting, except, it's me and Krista, and it's on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And usually there's anywhere between 20 to 30 people live on with us, and then, people watch VODs or whatever later. But yeah, it's been fun. She started Discord a while ago, and we have a little community going, and it's pretty fucking great. We did Anime Week again this past Saturday on Discord. I would have. It would have been sooner if you hadn't gotten sick, but I do want you to watch Berserk, or at least I'll watch it with you. I'll watch it with me. Mm-hmm. It's back on Netflix. It is three. It's quote unquote movies, but they're like hour 10 minutes long. So it's three of them, and I would like you to see what you think, because like Berserk is considered in the at least anime community to be one of the greatest works of anime manga. You probably won't read the books, but like the art is touted as top notch, and I want to know what you think.
Okay.
The animation is hit or miss. I mean, it is 10 years old. It is when they first started using some CG, so like that might be not the most best looking, but it's pretty good overall. And but also the story's still not over. Like I literally started or know of Berserk when I was a kid, and I'm fucking almost 40, and it's like not complete because the writer goes on hiatus, and the whole Japanese thing where you are one man show when it comes to writing and drawing and everything.
Right.
He has assistants now, like he's willing to like let some assistants do like some like background drawings and stuff. And also like he's starting to transition. He's trying to transition into drawing on the computer. Mm-hmm. But I think, which I think in the future would make it faster. But right now, probably a learning curve, right? Like when you started, was it immediately faster? You draw faster, or like was after you got adapted with it that you became faster?
I would say it's after I got comfortable with it but it was quick. Like the amount of time it took for me to get comfortable was a little bit of time.
Okay.
And then I started moving a lot faster. You know what I mean? Like it was like,
what would you say your percentages speed wise compared to doing it traditionally like you did?
So the other way I've probably quartered it.
Like quartered the time to finish, like an hour, take you an hour, take you 15 minutes now.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, like so, like one of the main problems was, using a mouse. I used a mouse on Photoshop to color my old stuff. And I'd have to scan it in.
Pen?
I'd have to scan it in, and then like my scanner was small, so I'd have to scan it in two different sections and then marry them together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then.
Extra steps.
Correct. And then after that, I'd have to isolate everything in Photoshop. Like it was a pain in the dick, but I was able to do it. But now, I'm like, most pieces take me between a total time of 24 to 48 hours.
That's fucking good. And it was also after that like you became technically better. I think like you started exploring more.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's easier to take chances because it's easier to undo it.
Right, in layers and stuff. Yeah. No, so yeah, that's So I think we're doing anime night every Saturday now with Discord. We did the first movie, so we're gonna do the second and third movie in the next 2 weeks. If you want to check her out mainly, and me out sometimes when we do workout stream. I'll ask Bobby to post a link to our Twitch at the end. We have at least a few nerd ratio in there, because some people have called me Uncle Dolphin in there, and there's no way you know I'm Uncle Dolphin unless you're from here.
Right.
So shout out to those people who have showed up. I appreciate it.
Well,
we have dance offs, pose offs, and
just send the link. I'll clip add it on.
I would do that. Watch The Old Guard because it keeps being on my Netflix suggested. So like I went into it expecting just an action movie that was going to be mediocre in terms of just everything. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it. I can enjoy mediocre things for being what they are.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Having a little more depth, and it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Good.
It's about these small group. It's only like 4 of them. Of immortals. Basically, it's like Highlander, except it's a group of them, and then they don't know why they're that way, and they come from varying ages. There's one of them that's really old, and then some that's from like the Crusades, and what entails that comes with immortality. That you can lose it. they've had another guy before, but like he died. Like
Right.
one day, just don't fucking get back up anymore for whatever reason. And like the movie itself was great, and there was an end credit scene, which led to a possible sequel, and like leads to a question that popped up during the movie but doesn't answer it. And I'm like, I don't know if I need a sequel.
Right.
I heard it was from a book, like a graphic novel, so I might check that out. But yeah, Charlize Theron is always great. So
Yeah. But I like some of that shit she's been doing recently, like Atomic Blonde and all that. I'm like, man, I don't know.
yeah, I mean it's an action movie. I mean she is one of the few I guess a lady action person that's like she's done Mad Max.
Yeah.
And this is action-y, and she pulls it off good. I mean, she did Aeon Flux way back then.
Yeah. I mean, she's done some good stuff. Don't get me wrong.
She has the physicality and the presence for someone who is an action person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think she's pretty fucking tall too.
It's funny though, because I think I've liked some of her more drama roles better. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good actress.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I mean, like in Mad Max, she was action, but it was drama to it.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. I agree.
Like, I like her in general. Like she aged very well, because I remember when I was a kid, she was hot.
Yeah.
And now she's still hot. Let's see. Unsolved Mysteries. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But some of them are like not unsolved. To me, it's not like unsolved mystery. It's like we don't know what the guy is. Well, we think it's this guy that did it, or we know what happened to this victim, but you just haven't caught the culprit. But unfortunately, like in real life, even just when you get your car broken, you don't find a culprit. But it's not a mystery that someone broke into your car.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. There, most of them have been like the guy. It's almost like America's Most Wanted, more so than it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree.
Like the first one was a mystery.
Yes.
The first one was in Baltimore.
Yes.
Like the guy like seemed to have torpedoed through a roof, but then also, how?
Right.
But and then the family, of course, was complaining. The Baltimore police closed the case, and I mean a couple of these cases are like they're upset the police closed the case, but like I understand the point of view because you haven't caught whoever did it or whatever. But like also again in real life, man, like sometimes you just hit a dead end, right? Like there's nothing more you can do. Like you can leave the case open, but what are you gonna do? I mean that's why we have like cold cases, I guess, right?
I would imagine that's exactly why.
Yeah, like yeah. So it's tough, but like I always try to see things from both ends, but it's always tougher on the victims end.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for some aliens and Bigfoot shit, though. I tell you what. I haven't finished the whole series. I'm like 4 episodes in. I'm hoping there's some alien Bigfoot shit in there somewhere.
I would be
You're
surprised.
Right? Huh?
I would be surprised.
You'd be surprised because there used to be wood on Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, there would be some supernatural shit from time to time.
Also, like the cover on Netflix of it's like silhouettes of little gray men.
Mm-hmm.
Alien. So I'm like, that's kind of misleading.
That's true. And I haven't seen them all, to be fair.
And I haven't been on Facebook. As I keep saying, I want to remind people I'm not there. So if you can't find me, like find me through here or something, or on Twitch or on Discord. But did someone say someone was talking about fucking Pentagon talking more about UFOs? Do you hear anything about this?
I have not. Have you seen the 3 helicopters that keep going over our house?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, man. I don't like it though. I go out and I take a picture of them like every time. Like I run out and I'm like, yeah, I'm watching you too. I'm watching you too.
you get the little numbers on the tail. Then you know which one it is. See if it's the same ones over and over again.
Yeah, dude, it's weird, man. That shit's weird. So for those for the listeners, there's 3 black military helicopters that
you hear them coming.
Yeah, you definitely hear them coming, and they fly over our neighborhood. They've been gone for a while, but they're back now. Which
is weird because like back when I lived closer to DC, like that would happen all the time. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not fucking live next to DC right now. Like not in the middle of nowhere, but we're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I've been here for 10 years. I've only seen it now. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
from February till now.
We live in a town where we still have those air raid sirens, and I've only hear those when I'm in a tiny town.
Yeah, I think that's the fire department.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like because it's a volunteer fire department, so like when they blow the whistle, they're supposed to come.
Okay, because like back in military school when I lived in the the podunk town of the military school, they would have that air. It was very concerning the first time. But yeah, I don't know. Isn't there like some fucking military base or some secret shit? What's Raven Rock? Is Raven Rock around here? Isn't that a fucking military thing?
That's in Pennsylvania, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's
right,
not. But it's not that direction.
Oh, because we're in border Pennsylvania.
Correct, but like they're headed northeast. Those helicopters. Like that's not near Camp David. That's not near any of that other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what the traveling distance of helicopters are, like how far they can go, but like I don't know if they go to fucking they wouldn't be going to New York or nothing like that. I don't think, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what's up with them, man. Spooky.
It's fine. Dude, I've progressively over the last fucking 10, 15 years moved further and farther away from DC, and like I feel pretty fucking safe now. Like if anything happened, we're like far enough away from everything where we're not close to any epicenter of anything. When I used to live in fucking like literally stone's throw away from DC, man, it was worrisome.
Yeah. I used to live near Dietrich, and that used to be a little unnerving.
Yeah, I mean, I told you like that I ran outside thinking it was a fucking nuke, right? That one time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So like, you remember around 10 years ago, like, cause we don't have earthquakes in Maryland, right?
Correct.
There's no earthquake. So we had one, like a one you can feel, like about 10 years ago, 2010, 2009, something like that, where it woke me up at 5 a.m. And I woke up and like, did the ground just rumble? And then it rumbled again because obviously now we know it's aftershock, right?
Yeah. So
I threw on fucking pink fuzzy robe and I fucking ran outside looking for a mushroom cloud. I thought we'd been bombed. She was looking at me like a crazy person. But for someone who's never experienced an earthquake before, like you don't know what to think.
Right.
And the first thing I think
I was in the car, and they say like if you're in the car, you don't feel it.
Yeah.
So like I missed it, but I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's not that I haven't been in earthquakes before. I just not here. I've been in one in Japan. There was a minor one back in Hong Kong, but like not like this. So, but that dude, even though it was a false alarm, that put that thought in my mind, like fuck, I'm too close to DC, and I did progressively move further and further till I'm next to you now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And speaking of buying houses, this house, I started refinancing because the rates are super low. Everything's looking good. I'm looking to save about $500 a fucking month, bro.
That's awesome.
Like, my interest is going down 1.5%. That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. So that's rolling. But they said since everyone's refinancing now, it might take a while. But like I've been ahead of my mortgage. I'm fucking super adult only when it comes to bills. Like I'm paid up till like November. And let's see. 40K came out. The new edition came out. Fucking looks great. Doing that. And
did you buy it?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about it. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, like people are. I talked about last week how like original people were scalping and people were buying that shit for like $500.
Right.
And then Games Workshop came out and said, "Oh, we'll make it to order," which you can see on the website now that they put, "We'll make it for you." Like that's bullshit anyway. But so now you can order it ahead. But like getting a fucking deal through Adam is always great because it was guaranteed I was going to get a box when people were struggling to get a box, and then having a discount is fucking amazing. I got $150 box.
But you have it in hand.
I have it in hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, talk about that. Talk about the.
Oh, yesterday
what it comes with and.
After work before stream yesterday, I stopped by Adam's house and picked it up, and it's fucking. It comes with half Space Marines and there's always half Space Marines, half something else.
Of course.
something else as Necrons, which are amazing. The new fucking Necrons are great. But I don't have time to do my own shit already. So I sold someone at the club that half. So it's even cheaper for me to get what I wanted. It was like fucking $70 basically to get the main rule book and all the Space Marine models that people want. And I've been fucking looking at it. I've been looking at it since last night. Even on stream, when we were streaming our workout yesterday, like I had the box with me. And people know. It's like there are 40K people in my fucking in our stream. People are like, is that a 40K box? I'm like,
Right,
fuck,
right.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, there's a variety of nerds. There's some nerds who are only into Western nerdom. There's some only into anime and some into both in our stream. And the age group is varied. That's weird. Like there's a couple people in the 50s, and then there's like one guy that's like I don't think he's 18 yet. And then we have random people show up sometimes that's like fucking 15, 16. But mostly we're like late 20s, early 30s. Like demographics wise works out. But like and like it really like either ages them, make them seem really young to me, or make myself feel old when I would mention something, and they wouldn't have no idea what I'm talking about. Like fucking Babbitt just like we were talking about like some stores like I missed at the mall, and they were like, "What the fuck is that?" And they don't know what fucking heck it is.
Yeah, electronics boutique.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the other day somebody said Suncoast and it fucked me up.
Yes, Suncoast before fucking FYE.
Yeah,
I remember when FYE was fucking new.
I just hadn't heard it in forever, and I was like, "Fuck, man, it's Suncoast here."
You know the vibes. I always want to go in because it's like dark in there. It's the black front with the red sign,
and there's like tons of inventory, so it just feels like you could like look forever, and especially with all that anime shit that was in there. I'm sure that's
one of the very few places that have the anime section and then the 18+ anime section. Yep, that was like behind like a little plastic cover, but yeah, it's good times, man. But looking at media on Netflix is a lot, right? Because you can browse forever, but like seeing it in person is fucking crazy. Seeing like a fucking store that's wall to wall fucking VHSs or fucking DVD boxes, and they're all different fucking movies. I'm like, God damn, who makes all this shit?
Where did it all go? All that inventory of all those people's shit.
Landfill. What do you mean?
I doubt
Dude,
it.
don't we have like airplanes and car landfills? Like when you look it up, like it's like just fucking 100 planes parked side by side in a fucking desert somewhere.
I love that one that showed all those ET video games or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's where they go, man. Like you can't. I don't think they're recyclable. I don't think they made things be recyclable back in the 80s.
Yeah, for sure. Like
fucking yeah, man. Everything just ends up in the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Like, well, what else are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. You can sell it to fucking Bobby because he'll fucking buy discs.
Yeah, I might buy it. I might buy it. I saw somebody recently post pictures on their Instagram of like disc like deterioration, and I was like, oh no.
Disc deterioration?
Yeah.
I didn't know discs go bad. I thought like that was great thing when discs came out.
Yeah, like apparently like it's like a problem that Warner Brothers discs specifically are encountering.
Damn, did they cheap out on the fucking material or some shit? So what? Basically, the only thing that stays good forever that we know of now is vinyl.
Yeah.
Right? Not that the quality is great to begin with, but it stays that way.
Yeah.
I guess it's physically grooved in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing lasts forever except for things that go on the internet. They'll never go away.
Yeah, that seems to be unfortunately the fucking truth.
Well, I mean, it's pros and cons to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can't never hide nothing. You can't accidentally put something on the internet and take it away.
Yeah. I mean, like we were talking about last week. Like I value the fact that like, my kids could go back and listen to all this shit and get an idea of who I am. And
imagine what episode are we on? Do we even say what episode we're on? 260 some shit.
56 or 57, something like that.
So we range anywhere between 1 to 3 hours. Mm-hmm. Like how many fucking cassettes this would be? I mean, even CDs are capped at 2 or 3 hours, right?
Yeah, it would never work. I would need to buy like all new furniture. Like just to stash all my pods.
Yeah, that's why like I think like DJ nowadays are like I don't even know if people listen to radio much anymore. But like DJs nowadays aren't like DJs back in the day. They're not actually disc jockeys, right? They just press buttons.
Right.
Back in the day, you had to fucking go and load the discs,
Mm-hmm.
or even the tape. You know, they have to plug them in. Now you just fucking press a button. Like you can have a monkey do a DJ's job.
That's true. That's true.
Have you listened to radio lately?
Dude, no, fucking radio, no. I need to be in control of the music being played, sir.
Not just for funsies, because like what is it? I was driving somebody else's car, and my Bluetooth wasn't syncing. You can't sync it while you're driving, right? And I didn't think about that. So like, oh, let me turn on the fucking radio, and it's like, oh man, this is fucking archaic. Look at all these commercials.
Yeah, like I mean, sometimes when I'm at like the grocery store or whatever, like I'll hear, like you dropped the bomb on me by the Gap Band and shit. You know what I mean? Like the same shit they've been playing for 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, even when I did listen to the radio, like I did listen for the music, and but like a lot of times you listen for the personality, to like the morning show. Everybody had a morning show.
Yeah,
I was very kind of part of that shit, right?
A lot of times those fucking people irritated the shit out of me anyway, though. But yeah, I know what you mean.
They fucking what, radio voice.
Yeah, some of them were good. Some of them were good. So, Kirk, Mark, and Lopez, that used to be.
Yeah, Kirk, Mark, and Lopez. Was it 99.5 some shit?
Yeah, or it might have been 98 Rock. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. And I listened to Elliot in the morning. I remember that. That was a 1.1. I think he's still on.
Yeah. But
like now you get podcasts. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
listen to news and on the hour every hour.
Yeah.
I gotta imagine that's got to be frustrating being that guy. Like that's got to be a little bit soul sucking, right? Every hour you repeat the same bit.
What do you think about Joe Rogan signing that supposedly $250 million podcast deal?
I saw that. I'm like, when he goes on there, then actually, I haven't listened to him in a while anyway, just to like stay clear of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I am a fan. I like his stuff. I like, that the variety of guests he has, and I like the conversations he has. But like, if he goes away from normal streaming platforms, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's
he says it's still free.
Yeah, Spotify.
He says he's not. I mean, I guess he might be getting paid, but like
he's
no one
definitely getting paid. Big
but
money.
no to be exclusive. But like you're like as listeners, you're still free for us. He like emphasized like he's not making people pay for his show.
It's the same thing Joe Budden did.
And
Joe Budden signed an exclusive deal with Spotify for 2 years, and
I mean, as smart as you're still doing the same show as long. He was like they have no creative control, and that's the main thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're listening to a personality, you want that pure personality.
Correct.
And like I trust it. Some people are like, no, I'm sure in the back they're gonna tell them to do this or another. I'm like, it depends on the person, man. Like for example, if you signed on with somebody, but like I'm exclusively on fucking, you just say YouTube, like no more PODBEAN, no more, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be the same Bobby.
Yeah.
But some people are like, I'm like, you're already fucking shady to begin with. I'm not sure how true it would be to your word. Like you like hesitate on taking sponsors just because, even though we know you won't be swayed by a sponsor to say something is good, like a toy is good when it's not. But you worry about people thinking that.
Yeah, I think I asked myself sometimes, like, because I had somebody email me and say like, we are considering buying your YouTube channel for $60,000.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They didn't tell me this part. I remember there was another deal that they asked you about, but that's.
And I haven't I don't trust it fucking anyway, right? But
yeah.
But I almost want to be like, yeah, please buy it, and then I'll just start another one. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck not?
But I mean, it does happen though. People do buy names. Like there's like Instagram pages and like yeah. People do just because you already have a previous audience.
And then there's like this other one's like Fitness Bliss or something like that. Like they want me to sign on and model their watch. I'm like, I'm not sure you guys are really looking at my content. Let me be honest with you.
Does it matter though?
No, I suppose not. But like,
I mean, for like, if it's not you, for somebody else, for me, I'll be like, I'll wear your watch. You know what I mean? Like, there's no skin off my back.
Yeah. I mean, but it's just like, it's not even. I don't even think it's a fitness watch. Like, it's like a, it's like a big hand, little hand.
Yeah.
It's just strange. Like it's just strange to me.
I think they're just looking at numbers.
Yeah,
This guy has this many numbers and this many views
and engagements.
It's basically the same with Instagram, right? Like Instagram shout out, like you just want eyes on your product as an advertiser. You don't care what page is on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like YouTube. Like if I'm watching your video and an ad comes up, it might be a fucking whatever ad. It might be a political ad, and I know you're not political, so like,
correct.
And you have no control over that. So,
well, you can actually turn off political ads.
now, okay.
Like you can say, like, look, I don't want any political shit on my YouTube channel. But
they just throw in whatever, though, right?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you paying? By all means, shoot your shot. I mean, that's what politics are supposed to be about, right?
Paying you, right?
Yeah, it's not. I'm not endorsing you. Just shoot your shot and see who you can pick up.
Yeah, and you might, because like you have a diverse audience. I don't know. Have you looked into? I mean, I don't know if we're going to talk about this on air, but like, have you looked into any more of the sponsor people that wants to sponsor you?
I haven't. So, I had that situation that I was thinking about really trying to pursue with Spec Fiction.
Yeah.
But then I had that whole money situation go wrong with them, regarding that $400. So
yeah, I mean, that was.
I don't think I'm on their favorite person list at the moment. So I'm letting that one sit for a bit before I revisit.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the dick.
That was an unfortunate fuck up. It was kind of your fuck up, even though it was inadvertent.
Yeah, it was definitely my fuck
you
up.
Weren't kind of fucking.
It was definitely my fuck up, and I took responsibility. Did I tell you when I talked to them? Like they were like, I finally talked to them on the phone. Spec Fiction.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this?
On the phone. I've never talked to them on the phone. I've only talked to them on email.
So they wanted to talk on the phone because of how fucked up it was, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I was like, cool, no problem. So I got on the phone, and I explained it, and I was like, look, so just refund me the whole money, for all of it, and then send me an invoice for it again, and I'll just buy it outright again,
Right.
And they were like, well, they're like, yeah, we can do that. The only thing is there's like a processing fee of like $40 for every purchase that like we can't get back.
Yeah, there are definitely fees involved in selling.
Yeah, so I was like, charge me the $40. And they were like, and they were like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I fucked up, dude. I fucked up. Let me make it right. Charge me the $40.
I mean, that's cool on your part.
Yeah, I'm guessing they deal with people all the time that are like, there's a scratch on this paint and you will take it back, sir. I spent $2,000 on this thing and and another thing. I'm sure they deal with that all the time.
Yeah. So I mean that should put you on the good side.
Yeah, I hope so.
So did that happen? They charged you the $40?
Yeah. They charged. They refunded me everything, and then they charged me again, and it was with a $40 markup.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get some kind of deal going with them, just so you can look behind the scenes a little bit of distributing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of questions. I mean, it's a whole new ball game. There's a lot of questions I want to know. I love understanding how the world works. You know what I mean? Like,
and like I'm always thankful for the discounts they give me, and I never try to ask for more because I know the margin is low. Yeah. Because I've known other people who had sold stuff, and like Starlock. I asked Starlock about stuff before. He's like, yeah, the margin is fucking incredibly low. And I know how that feels in business because like pharmacy, you think pharmacies make a lot of money because how much fucking money they're charging you? We don't make much of shit. We make money when you buy Tylenol over the counter.
Right.
When it comes to prescription stuff, like sometimes we get negative payment because insurance is a fucking scam, right?
Right.
And no other business do I know that you can't charge your own fucking price. Like as a pharmacist, I don't bill you. I don't tell you to pay me this for the pills. I tell the insurance company what you're getting, and they tell me what to charge you. So if they tell me to charge you $20 and it costs me $30 to buy the fucking item, I lose $10. Not only that, I am not allowed to refuse business based on money because it's fucking drugs, basically.
Right.
Because I can't be like, I can't sell this to you, and I can't ask you to give me an extra $10 because you're not legally allowed to change copay. So it's a fucking big racket. So I want to know what kind of, margins and shit there is in selling statues.
Yeah, I would be interested in that too.
The numbers are low too because they're all limited quantity, right? Some statues are like fucking, depends on what it is, 200, 500 pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, if you get 10 of them as a distributor, that's pretty good. And you sell those 10, how much fucking money are you making?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in that shit now too. Maybe because I'm getting fucking old.
Yeah, and the 1/6 stuff I still have questions about. Like how do they manage licensing and stuff? Like, when like sometimes they got the same exact fucking figure coming out with Hot Toys. Like, whether it be an R2D2 or you know what I mean? Like how does it work?
Have they talked to you about their other site, SpecFic?
They have not.
You should ask about that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that. I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
But it's interesting. It's interesting how that shit works.
Yeah. So, I did get a bunch of shit this week.
Oh, in hand or pre-order?
In hand.
Look, I just got a shipping notice of something this morning. I forgot I fucking ordered. It's fucking crazy.
What'd you order?
It's a sister piece to the blue Gundam kit, the Gundam action figure you looked at.
Oh, okay.
It's the red one. Maybe you'll be interested in looking at that when it comes in. If you haven't been burnt out and looking at shit that you don't want to look at already.
No. I think looking at one of those was fine. And I being as though I got really close to breaking yours,
Did you?
Yeah. I called you about it. I was like, look, there's this thing, and I'm not sure how.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't need you to look at my shit. I'm just I know
that.
I'm trying to help you out. Shit.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that like it made me nervous enough the first time. If it was like if it was an Optimus Prime, I'd be like, yeah, worth it. You know what I mean? But like the Gundam thing, like I like. I mean, and honestly, like I appreciate the experience of another third party world.
And it was a good figure, right?
Yeah.
You looked good.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I mean, I had some criticisms of it that people told me I don't know what I'm talking about, which is
hey, what day is it? Tuesday?
Yeah. Man, some of that shit has been getting to me again, but I think it's just because I'm exhausted and have coronavirus.
Usually the car. Probably had corona.
Yeah. Yeah, but I got the Hot Toys Leia and Wicket.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Fucking hot. Wait, did you order the Wicket? Was it by itself?
No, it's like a deluxe, and Leia came with Wicket.
Okay, I was gonna be like, did you fucking order a fucking hot?
I would have.
Does it come with the fucking Star Cruiser?
No, because it's from Return of the Jedi.
Okay, I would have like a swap out Star Cruiser hand. When it was,
if they ever do a Caravan of Courage Wicket, I'm sure it'll come with a Star Cruiser hand. I got that Hasbro Scorponok.
Oh shit. Okay, dude, I'm like so out of touch. I'm forgetting some of this shit.
Yeah, it's like a Titan class.
Yep.
Yeah, and look,
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, look. It's not as bad as you would fear, and not as good as you would hope. Do you know what I mean? Like that perfectly sums it up.
Are people hoping it to be good?
I'm sure.
I mean, it's good enough. like the Triptychon and the
Metroplex, like they do their job.
Yeah, the Metroplex. You didn't get the Fort Max, right? Did you?
No, I guess I need to now though. It's like the only one I'm missing. Let's see what else I got. I got a bunch of shit, dude. What else? I got the Fans Toys Brawn. I've just gotten, and then I had the opportunity to look at a bunch of shit. Like it's been a lot of heavy workflow recently, but I did finally catch up. I only got one more thing to do that came yesterday, and I think something else is coming today. But
how are you on that best stuff?
On what stuff?
The best stuff?
Oh, I'm far behind.
I didn't know if you started.
Yeah, no, I have started. I think I have an hour and a half.
No. You were on top of it at one point. Yes, I remember.
I was on top of it.
And then you fell behind. I wasn't sure if you tried to catch back up.
I have been trying to catch up, but I am not doing a great job.
Well, just in case you do have the Rona and you need to be put out for a week.
Yeah.
Or maybe me and Chris can do a fucking show one day. See how that fucking goes.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just a lot going on. But there's you know what else is weird is I have a lot of big purchases sitting out there.
Sitting out
like
where?
In limbo. Like
pre-order land?
Yeah, like I had that Gambit just sitting out there now. I had that Maja case just sitting out there now. I have the Unicron just sitting out there now. Like, I have a lot of very big purchases just sort of hovering in the ether.
Yeah, me too. I got used to it, but like it is weird. Like I said, today I got a shipping off something I fucking forgot about.
And they're all paid for, you know? So
yeah.
So it's whatever.
That's a good and bad part. It's like I started thinking about, man, am I gonna this morning as I got that letter or email, I'm like, am I gonna keep pre-ordering stuff? And it's a lot of money to just have out there in the ether. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like maybe I should wait. It's the FOMO thing. If it's something I really want, right? Should I wait till like it's closer to release to pre-order it, hoping it didn't sell out yet? You know, it's tough.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just a rumor. You're gonna have to disinfect all that fucking equipment.
Yeah, well, it won't be. By the time that anybody's allowed to fucking come back over, it'll all be dead.
I mean, there was a little disappointing. I was supposed to come over today.
Yeah, we were gonna try it, and of course. And who knows? I may not even have it. You know, I may have something else.
Yeah, no, that's a precautionary thing, obviously.
Yeah. But it's just like, well, I'm not going to risk it now if I'm fucking, you know, it's very uncommon for me to have a fever. That's the only thing. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot. I mean, and I have chills and the cough. I mean, I have like, you know, I'm just checking every fucking box on the way down. You know, but then like some of the stuff, like, you know, it's just like anything else. Like that's why I don't like fuck with like WebMD and shit, because like I look at the shit, I'm like, oh my god, I have AIDS and cancer and like everything. I have everything. Like, dude, I'm often hungry. I'm often tired.
Dude, one of my coworkers, not quite as bad as a hypochondriac, but she has those tendencies, and like I tell her to stay off that shit. But like, she bought two $60 home HIV kits like a couple months ago because her fucking joints hurt, like literally, like her joints hurt, and like she said her liver felt funny.
Wow.
What the fuck does that even mean? So she was fucking crying and shit, and she bought a HIV test. It said she was negative. She went and bought another fucking HIV test. Because she went WebMD. Those are some symptoms of fucking.
Is she out there? Is she out there in the streets?
No, she's not. Like, I mean, she like, but I don't know. Maybe it's the culture of the area. But like when, like, you know, we're as close as coworkers can be. We talk about everything, but like the way she talks about like the just fucking average life style out there. It's like everybody's cheating on everybody, apparently. I don't know if that's the case everywhere, but like from just hearing her talk about all her friends and her personal experiences and what she does, fucking everybody, apparently.
Yeah. It seems sometimes I like when I listen to other podcasts that they discuss relationship things, it certainly seems like it's more of an epidemic than it ever has been.
Is that more than it ever has been, or is just like easier to catch people cheating now because of technology?
Maybe.
Or people talk about it now because I feel like maybe, I don't know, ballpark them 50, 60 years ago or whatever, like you don't talk about shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I remember, you know, someone saying that like that the grandma might have an illegitimate child and other people know and no one ever wants to talk about it. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's just the culture is different nowadays.
I watched some stuff too, but nothing great. I watched Oliver and Company with the kids.
What cat?
Oliver and Company, yeah, with the orange cat and Dodger and Tito.
That sounds familiar, but I can't conjure that image in my head for some reason.
It's like Oliver Twist, but it's like with dogs and cats in New York City.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's probably like the last. It's like the last Disney movie of like the Fox and Hound era. You know, before it like changed. It came out like I think in '89.
Before the princesses.
Correct. Before The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, and you know that whole wave of stuff came.
Yep. How's that?
Oh, it's fine. I tried to watch Lock and Key.
Yeah, Jaina keeps telling me to watch it.
Yeah, she loves it, and I'm trying to watch it so that I can talk with her about it. But like, I just like I'm going to bed so late these days, and I'm just so tired.
Is it more of a kids' thing?
No, not at all. Not at all. But I keep falling asleep during it, so I'm trying that. And I started actually watching Voltron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, trying it again. But dude, I've checked out in the first episode. I was like,
I don't think you have. It's not for you.
Yeah, I just have a rough time.
Like I quite enjoy it. Like, I don't know. Having been on this show, like, I can now see that some things are just not for somebody else. Not that they have bad taste, and not that the media is bad. It's just they don't fucking go together.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I did anything else. I've been working on a diorama that I'm pretty excited about. Because I've kind of like slowed down because I've been doing all these reviews, and we painted our room a different color, and like I don't know, we've been doing a lot of house shit recently.
Yeah, I saw you patch that hole in the on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's why I see everything now is on Instagram.
Dude, Bob the Builder.
Yeah. Well, you fucking Wreck-It Ralph first.
Yes, Wreck-It Ralph and then Bob the Builder. Yeah, and
how are the kids? Like, I haven't heard from them and haven't seen them. It's weird because I'm used to seeing them once a week.
Yeah,
even just to say hi and bye.
They're good. I mean, I think that sometimes you can tell when they've had a little too much house time. You know what I mean?
And are they having not house time at all?
Well, I mean, yeah. So Jaina got to see a friend, which is like scary now, because.
Yeah.
But I mean, we contacted the parents and we were like, look,
you have chills now.
Look, we have, we probably come into contact with this shit at least once a week. We just want to be upfront. We are perfectly happy keeping her here. If you are okay with her going, we are okay with sending her. But, and they were like, yeah, no, bring her. So who knows now?
I think part of it is also like, I think people have reached the natural critical point of I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, I know it's out there. I've been stressed about it so long that fuck it. And I understand. I understand that overwhelmed feeling. It's like when you watch those fucking Feed a Hungry Kid in Africa thing. It's like you just can't anymore. You just can't care.
Yeah. Well, at least we were upfront. Do you know what I mean? Like there was no smoke and mirrors. There was no, like
you're pretending it was okay. Yeah.
Yep. We gave them a very informed amount of information. They made a decision. That's that.
Yep. Now they'll live to regret it.
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
Just kidding.
Hopefully not. But let's see what else. Like, but for the most part, just like getting them outside and to have them take a walk or whatever, just having some sort of break in the monotony.
Yeah.
You can see it.
I saw the Jaina sent me like a music video she animated.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking incredible. I was so impressed. I'm like, this is so much work, or like it takes so much.
Yeah,
thought and talent and fucking practice to like animate something long to go with music.
So it's easily her best one. That being said, that one made her life a little challenging.
What do you mean?
Because she showed it to us, right?
Right.
And we talked about this on Wine and Cheese this month a good bit, but like there was some themes to it that we were not comfortable with.
With her animation or with the music?
With both.
Okay.
The music with how to attract boys, or wait, maybe you didn't see that one.
Well, also my senses of what's okay and what's not is fucking off, or I just don't have it.
Right.
She's like for like Selena, I'm more like try to think about that. But for Jaina, to me she's like old enough to be like anything goes.
Right.
She's like 10, right?
Yeah.
When I was 10, anything goes. Like I knew everything at 10.
And she'll be 12 here soon. But it's like it's just I don't think it was a music video. It was something else. It was like a skit almost that she did. It was like how to attract boys or some characters in fishnets and shit. I'm just like, what's going on? Like that was a tough spot. It was a tough parenting spot to be like, look, your work is great. The content is inappropriate.
Yeah, like I would have that's fucking tough because that's fucking tough. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's not that.
I was definitely fucking interested in girls at 12.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not that it's wrong. Like if you're gonna if you're gonna shake your shit, you are going to attract boys, but that's not how you want to attract boys.
Oh, true. It's fucking tough with kids. I can't imagine, like, because what you can assume what they know and what they what their desires are, but you also know as a parent and them being fucking as young as they are that they can't be doing that.
That's why I say like I think anime is the new gangster rap, man, because like all the shit that she picks up on, like the short skirts and the you know what I mean, like the Sailor Moon, all that, like it's all anime shit, and it's like.
Yep, it is.
I don't mind the violent stuff. It's the sex stuff, which is probably very American of me and stupid and silly, but it's how I feel, right or wrong.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, also like whether we want to or not, or whether you want to or not, you just gotta realize like that goalpost has been moving.
Yeah, yeah. But also like just as a girl, she's gonna have to worry about that shit so much. So
already that like she should like not worry about it now.
Correct.
Yeah, no.
Correct.
Like, I don't even want to imagine her older because like she's not my kid. And I already feel protective of her. I'm like I don't. Ugh.
Yep. So there's that. Otherwise, everybody's kind of fine. You know, Laura can't go to work until I'm cleared or she's cleared or so. Do
y'all get paid for that shit?
She has some vacation leave, you know, and mine is more complicated. But you know, it'll come out of her vacation time.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess it's a small company.
And she doesn't have unlimited. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
At a certain point, we're gonna max out.
For MedStar, like I don't remember how many hours, but off bat, they're like, here are these extra vacation hours you can take for specifically COVID, and that they're on top of what you normally earn. But like it's a big company, and so like I imagine she works for like a private business. I can't imagine they can't afford that either.
Correct.
Probably.
So that's kind of where we are at. We do have a little bit of news, more so than usual.
Oh wow. Well, Phil is still recovering, right? So probably has more time.
Yes. So back with a brand new edition. We have Dave Franco will play Vanilla Ice in an upcoming biopic for 2020.
But why don't we have Vanilla Ice play himself? He's still around.
Yeah, I guess he's maybe too old.
Is he?
And a trash actor.
Oh, well, I mean, he just has to act himself, right?
Yeah, but even doing that takes a talent.
I guess so, right? Yeah,
because the camera gets on.
I try to act like myself from 30 years ago. I probably have a hard time.
Yeah, and some people just act strange when they're in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Like they just get.
He's in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Not seen his Home Improvement show?
No.
No, he still looks great. He's in shape, and he does legit like contracting work. Like he's good at it.
Oh, good.
He does like home renovations. And
I knew he did that. I didn't know he did that. I just never.
He had a show. Yeah, I don't know if he still does, but I remember watching it, and being fucking impressed. Look at you go. You fucking live that second life.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to cover the Suge Knight stuff, you know, that supposedly went down. Are you familiar with that?
Right. He gets threatened?
Yeah, Suge Knight like hung him off of a balcony and had him sign away the rights to Ice Ice Baby. And that's what funded Death Row, is the rumor.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things you would never know.
Yeah.
Until somebody dies, right? So on somebody's deathbed, you might fucking learn about that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of fucked up, ain't it?
Yeah, so, I mean, Vanilla Ice did like a behind the music or something, and he talked about it one time, and he was like, he said my signature on my life, and I walked away with my life. But then, like, later came back and was like, no, that never happened. You know?
Oh, I mean, of course.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's surprisingly he would have said that in the first place.
Yeah. All right, and then we have the first indefinite pushback. Disney delays Mulan indefinitely.
For release?
Yep.
In America? Is it released in China? I don't even fucking know.
I don't think so.
Oh, so it's never been seen yet. Okay.
Correct. Mulan is no longer being released on August 21st and is now unset. The company said the theater closures and production shutdowns during the global pandemic caused it to make a number of adjustments to its slate, et cetera, et cetera. I look... what do they say? Walt Disney Studios spokesperson said, over the last few months, it's become clear that nothing can be set in stone when it comes to how we release films during this health crisis. Today, that means pausing our release plans for Mulan. I think that they should start rethinking their business model. You know?
Yeah, I think you just got to start rethinking the movie business.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like people? I guess we're as a culture ingrained into theaters. It's been around forever.
Like that King of Staten Island shit. That shit came straight to streaming. Do you know what I mean? Like you had to buy it, to stream it. But like, I think it was successful.
Yeah, so some theaters are open though, right? Theaters are open.
Yeah. But you're not going to do the numbers. Do you know what I mean? So then you're going to have a box office failure that has nothing to do with the quality of your film.
Yeah, it's tough, but maybe that's just a thing that it's going to go by the wayside. Box office numbers.
Mm-hmm. But if it gets labeled, it's just like it's a fucking slippery slope, right? Because if it gets labeled a failure in spite of its quality, then people won't rent it, people won't stream it. It's just like a fucking perpetuating thing.
Right. But then you just, like you said, just release it straight digital.
Correct.
Then you can just go with the download numbers or the view numbers.
Correct.
Which fucking music does anyway nowadays.
Correct. You're just killing the movie theater industry. And I don't know how all that breaks down. I mean, I'm sure there's politics involved. I don't know who's scratching who's back. I also don't know like how much of the ticket money, how the ticket money is different from the DVD money or the streaming money, and nobody understands the streaming money, so we'll just leave that completely fucking out of it.
Bobby's fucking, it's going to be on your fucking tombstone. How much? How much is a stream worth?
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that
it's crazy that not releasing it. It's then Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. I don't know how they're going. I don't know how both, if things remain the way they are, I don't know how both can survive.
Right. Like something's got to give at some point.
Correct. Hollywood or the movie theater industry, something's going to have to give.
Yeah.
If things continue on this trajectory.
Paid and finished this movie, you got to recoup it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they have big fucking bank accounts that don't need income right away. But
right. Yeah, I don't know. There was some SDCC stuff that got revealed.
It was a virtual SDCC or some shit. Like, right?
Yeah, it was hard for me to follow it all. Storm showed some stuff, Darkstalker, and
much to your
chagrin.
Yep.
Yeah, they showed a Montaro, another big beefy dude.
Yep. Man, the motherfucker, like Darkstalker, you know what Darkstalker's known for? Like, yeah, all the characters are fucking well known, but Darkstalker is known for Felicia and fucking Morgan, the fucking succubus and the cat girl. So they better fucking. It's gonna be a fucking failed license if you don't put those two girls out there.
Is her suit like turquoise and black?
Who?
Either one of them.
Well, one of them is.
Excuse me.
Well, succubus. She's like in a black leather corset with green hair.
Okay,
and
I bet you that's what I'm thinking of.
Little wings that comes out of her butt, and the other one is a girl that's basically almost naked except for strips of white fur and then cat ears and tail.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I don't. I was a little disappointed with their reveals.
I mean, but not unexpected for you now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But there was no Injustice reveals. Mortal Kombat. There was more ninjas, for real.
Like, and Raiden, right?
A second Raiden.
Yep.
Which is just a repaint, not like a different suit. And
right.
Then Montaro. Which I really don't care about. I'll get it because I'm in for the line, but like I don't give a fuck about Montaro. Like Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2 characters to me are the core.
Yeah, just like Street Fighter, like the original.
Yes.
The original 12 is where's that?
Yes. What else? The Hot Toys Anakin and Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars.
Yeah. You're not getting those.
I don't think so, man. Like they look good. I just think,
but you don't need them in your life.
Yeah, I just don't think I need them.
You gotta draw a line somewhere, bro.
Yeah, like I don't think I need them. I don't know. A bunch of shit. Like there wasn't much that I was interested in, honestly. This year.
I was wondering, how do you feel about that? Like, are you happy that you can save some money, or do you want to buy shit?
Well, I mean, I like excitement, you know. So like, I would like to get excited about some stuff, and I don't think I was excited about it. Except I'll tell you, some of the NECA TMNT stuff was pretty exciting, like Rat King.
We were joking about fucking like Rat King.
Yep.
5 years ago.
Mondo Gecko. And then there was another guy that was like, he's like a trash can dude. Like he's like just green trash in like a orange jumpsuit. Like
you better buy all of it.
Yeah, I think I am.
You've been saying that shit. They've been listening to you saying Bobby Skullface says he will buy anything that we make Turtle, including Mondo Gecko specifically.
Yeah. And Ray Filet's the other one I often drop.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think I am. I've got some en route to me, and I'm looking forward to getting more. Like I'm in for this line. It's just a pain in the dick line to collect because of how it's being distributed, which is direct to Target with minimal production, and it's hidden away in the fucking electronics aisle. It can't even be in the fucking toy aisle.
I mean, that's almost nowadays. Like, I mean, towards the end of the life of malls, like not Suncoast, but whatever equivalent to Suncoast is, I used to go in there looking for toys. All the DVD stores had collectible toys.
Yeah,
Pops and shit started from there. So like, it's not. I think I don't know. I think if you're looking for toys, you would go there anyway.
Yeah. Let's see. And I mean, I'm not really going anywhere these days, which is another thing. Like, I would much rather prefer to do all online shopping.
Yep.
Back in Black, Justice League Snyder Cut trailer, Superman.
Yeah, you're excited about this, right?
I'm excited about the prospect of it. I don't have a whole lot of hope for this movie either. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it will probably have things that are more interesting than the version we got, because I don't think that Jose is the right person for DC.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have high hopes for this. I'm just excited to see it, just to see to see the vision.
I thought it might be to do what BVS did for you. Like BVS, you changed your mind when you saw the different cut.
Yes.
So like I was thinking you were hoping for that.
I think I am hoping for it. I just don't have much hope because I don't like. It doesn't seem, in spite of all like the rumors, it doesn't seem like there was a full, complete Snyder cut. It just seems like that he had a rough idea and they're like finishing it off. Like they're still finishing the visual effects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they are finishing the original movie he wanted. So it's not like I think that's better, right? It's not a cobbled together thing where like we're just gonna cut this together differently. They're like, no, we're like remaking this movie again, basically.
Yes. Yeah. But
so I hope for that.
Yeah, I just like I don't know how much Jose really contributed. Like so like if I had a breakdown, right, and they were like Jose did 80% of Justice League, then I'd be like, oh, okay, well then there's 80% chance that I'll like this movie, But I get the feeling that Jose redid like 40%, maybe 30. You know what I mean? Like where it's like there's enough wrong with it inherently where I'm not sure that it'll do it for me. I hope it will.
Yeah.
It'll make
longer too. Isn't this like fucking like 4 hours or some shit like that?
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, all movies are that long. You know what I mean?
Nowadays, I guess.
I mean, like before they cut them and shit, like like
after cut. If it's 4 hours after cutting.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case. Like,
okay.
Like like when they put together the initial cut, it's always like 4 hours long, and then they start chipping away at it. Like it's usually 3 to 4 hours long. At least that's what they say in the commentaries and shit.
I mean, that's the difference too between digital release and theater release. I feel like in theater there is a hard cap at some point. Like you can't go much more than 3 hours. Have people sit there, right?
Yeah.
But like if you want to release a vision, your vision of what a complete piece of media is, you can have it 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
For sure. And then the last thing is that Star Wars has been pushed back as well, and probably because everything is getting pushed back, so they're getting pushed back as well from now. It was, I think, at 2022, and now it's at 2023, and then 2025, 2027.
That's like really far in advance pushing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm guessing they're taking...
Early...
I'm guessing they're taking... I'm guessing they're taking production cost. Like, so like, okay, we're not doing any of these movies now, so next year's budget has to make those other movies, which means that year's budget has to be pushed back a year, which means that movie's budget has to be pushed back a year. So it's just like this domino effect.
I wonder what the working capital is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like I feel like movie industry has so much money in it that like you're not depending on the revenue of one movie to push your next movie.
True.
I wouldn't think so if you have billions of dollars in your company, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. No, I agree with you there, but I wonder about what their expenses budget is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if they're spending, like, what did Endgame cost? $100 million?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they're spending that sort of money on some of these fucking films, if they're like, look, we can't do that and Star Wars that same year, so now we have to push Star Wars back a year, or vice versa.
I guess. But like they made $1 billion.
Right. But there's still that there's the time in between. You know what I mean? Like the check gets cut the day you go into production, and then you don't get that money back for 18 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's look. I don't fucking know. It's just
it's
all I got. Yeah. It's all I got.
Because I mean, like retail stores, it is like that. Like you can't fucking buy your next case of shit to sell until you finish selling most of this case.
Right.
Whereas if you do like fucking Walmart or whatever, you can fucking just keep buying shit, expecting it to sell eventually. That's the difference.
Yes, because Walmart doesn't buy their shit, right?
Yeah.
Like you just ship it to Walmart, and then they ship you the shit that doesn't sell back and cut you a check at the end of it.
Yep.
Crazy.
It's like consignment, basically.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Okay, and I think that's it. Let me see if Laura wants to have this conversation real quick. Hold on one second. All right, so now I have Joe with me and Laura with me. And we were going to talk about quarter scale and the kind of philosophy that we have regarding. And I've been thinking about this a lot, especially since, something about Joe's shit popped up. But Joe recently, tell Laura about the purchase that you bought most recently, quarter scale.
Me?
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I pre-ordered like four
of the same character.
Of the same character because I love her.
4 different statues, like 4 different companies made it, or one company made 4 versions?
It's all third party, and they're all like 4 different companies. There's actually more now. Like I just like financially can't, or I would get them all. There's like anywhere between 6 or 8 out there, and like I want them all. Like if I could financially afford it, they would already be fucking paid for. I'm hoping they don't fucking sell out before I make more money.
So you're like in love with all of them so far, not just the character, the statues as well, or just because you love the character. Excuse me, because you love the character so much, you're getting all the statues.
There's one I'm not getting just because it doesn't look maybe as much like her or as good.
Yeah,
that I'm definitely not getting. But like, it's hard for me to separate. When I look at that statue, I see her, and so it's one and the same to me.
Okay.
So it's not necessary if the statue, even itself, composition or anything wise, is great or not, which most of them are. One of them is not as good that I'm still getting, but like I see her and I want her.
Want her. Okay. Well, I think then like we kind of all have very different approaches, which is interesting.
So my thought was to check boxes, right? Like have a statue to represent a franchise. Was my kind of initial thought. And
initial approach.
Correct.
And that's kind of your approach. Like that's one of the things I want to talk to you about. That's kind of your approach to collecting. I feel like.
I think you're right.
You're exactly right, Joe.
Whether and it doesn't matter how much, to me anyway, from the outside looking in, it doesn't matter how much you love that particular franchise. You can be a passing fan, I feel like sometimes, but you still want it as long as you like it.
Give me some more on that. Give me some more.
I mean, because like you're into a lot. You're like
Marvel Hot Toys are probably a good example, right?
And like you needed a Voltron, even though like as much as you probably liked Voltron, I don't think you love Voltron. You didn't really need that nice expensive Voltron you have.
Yes,
it's nice to have, but I feel like you have a need to get it.
So I loved Voltron as a kid,
but you don't love it now.
I don't love it now. No, but
yeah. So but you still got it.
Yes, but if it was like so they did the vehicle one, right? and I didn't get that. Like, to me, that thing was like okay, I loved that shit as a kid. It still makes me feel good when I see it and brings back those memories. I can make this one purchase and I'm done. Like, and to be fair, like, I haven't had the desire to buy any other Voltron set.
Yeah, but you did buy the one.
Correct. But it kind of did what it was supposed to do.
And yeah, which is very different, I guess, to me. Like, sometimes I'm like, does Bobby like... I mean, obviously Bobby likes buying stuff. I'm like, does Bobby like buying stuff so much that, like, he will, you know, exaggerate reasons of why he has to have it?
I think when there's a dry spot, right? Yes, that's probably semi-true, Joe. Like, you know, he has to have something
to look forward to.
Scratch the itch. But I don't know that that's always the case. He collects
No, I don't think it's always the case. I mean, that's definitely stuff he loves.
so many things at this point that it's hard, you know, for
it's
one
hard
of
to
those
do.
things not to be, you know, coming out with new things.
Well, I mean, he's like saying he's gonna get Motaro, the Mortal Kombat character, and he has like zero. Oh, Bobby, you're here. I'm not gonna try and talk about you in the third person like you're not here, but like you're getting them, right? You just said you don't care about the character, but you're in for the line.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I used to be a little more like that, but like not exactly. As much as I love the X-Men or whatever, like you were excited about Strong Guy. Like I'm not getting a fucking Strong Guy, even back when I was like kind of stuff.
Right. Well, I think so. Like the Montaro shit, it's like I also like.
I don't even know who Montaro.
He was like the
in
half
Mortal
horse,
Kombat
half
is.
man.
Oh, I don't like him either.
It's like a so yeah. I don't really care about him, but I do think but I do think he looks good, and I want to support the line because I want the line to continue.
Well, how much money is that thing? 120 bucks. I'm assuming at least.
I think it was less than we ended up thinking it was going to be. I think it was like 105.
Yeah, I mean,
let me see. I'll check.
I mean, for us, probably is not as much money as it's for somebody else, but like $100 is $100
just because. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get you there. But maybe like that's certainly not the route I'm going with quarter scale.
Right.
So like if I were to, once again from the outside looking, it's 109. The Motaro. So once again, if I was to look from like the outside looking in, you know, like to me, what you're doing with this female character seems awfully similar to the way you approached Deadpool and then later regretted.
Right. I don't regret any of the statues. Is the thing. I regret all the little fucking things I bought, like the keychain,
Right.
Action figures. You know, my love for Deadpool isn't the same. He still has a place to me. The Deadpool I love is, will always be there. Those issues didn't get deleted.
Right. You can never take it away.
Yeah, but like what I regret is not buying those statues. Is the little fucking knickknacks that I feel like is a bunch of waste of money.
Right, I get that. And that's fair. I didn't know that you still valued all of those Deadpool statues that you bought because you bought a lot.
Oh, yeah. No, I do. I still have one on the way.
Oh, okay.
It's a Kotobukiya one.
Okay, cool,
yeah.
Cool.
So like I will buy statues of him.
So this conversation changed for us when I was talking to Laura about it, and I was like, look, I don't want to get a quarter scale of something I already have a representation of. So like I don't want a quarter scale Dark Knight Joker because I have a great 1/6 scale Dark Knight Joker and a solid 1/12 scale Dark Knight Joker. And then she was saying, well, I don't think that you should view it that way. In fact, I don't think that you should view it any other way other than buying a statue that looks
like you have to have it.
Yeah. So like theoretically, it could be an anime statue that I've never seen.
I mean, I do treat most like Tifa and the girl and Deadpool are different. They're specific love of mine. But like that's how I treat my other quarter scale though. Like I don't have more than one of Darkness, even if they made more. It is a one representation of a beautiful piece of art. Like Magdalena, I don't love her as a character that much, but that statue and that set going together, it's for a different purpose.
Right, but
character.
Right, I'm saying like, buying something like buying a quarter scale statue of Leonardo DiCaprio from Titanic because it's a beautiful statue.
No, I don't think that's what I'm saying.
Well, you did. I asked you literally that day that we started talking about it. I was like, so if I've never seen it, but it's a beautiful statue, then I should put that as a higher priority over something that I have a connection for. And you did say yes.
Yeah, but I don't think I would be looking at statues that have no connection to you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, they do pop up. I mean, I've seen some great looking anime statues that I think look beautiful, but I have no fucking clue what they are.
Yeah, so no, I don't think you would just buy something that's totally,
Okay.
They have no connection to it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
No.
I had a different impression of what you were saying, honestly.
Movie.
And then like
Maybe one of you.
so, but theoretically, I could have.
But I mean, like, if you saw a stunning statue of V.
For Vendetta?
You probably wouldn't go out of your way to buy a statue. But if you saw one of him and it was just, like, you couldn't stop thinking about it, it was just done beautifully and blah, blah, blah. Or, I don't know, I'm trying to think of...
But so then by that same logic, what if I bumped into 12 Batman statues that I thought looked great?
Then
I mean, it's like great is not okay
amazing,
for me.
Amazing,
for like
amazing, beautiful,
like,
gorgeous,
like
amazing, great. It's
feet.
knocked me. All 12 of them knocked me off my feet.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to make a decision.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Is that like the variety is important? I think.
I mean, but that's where I am though, Bobby. Like there are many Tifa statues that are amazing. I'm just limited by money. I would have gotten them all.
Right, but you also have. So to be fair, you're dealing with a different space dynamic than I'm dealing with.
Right.
True. Because like I'm like really wanting to buy that Alien Queen.
Oh, I love that
statue.
too. Yeah.
I mean, I love the aliens, but I don't have any alien merchandise. But that statue is fucking beautiful, and I want it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like all that Dark Horse property, like
yeah, it's just beautiful pieces of art of a franchise that I do like. Even if it's not like top 10 or whatever. So like I think statue is a different game than action figures.
Yeah, and like so, I do agree with Laura that like I shouldn't get something just to check a box. Like I'm like, all right, I want something to represent Marvel, so I'm just going to find the best thing that I can live with. I don't want to do that, but I do think that to celebrate like the premium format rather, Baroness is like heavy on my radar these days. Mm-hmm. But like I love that character as a kid. I think the fucking statue looks perfect.
Well, then that would be a good. Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
But it's not necessarily a Batman in my life or a. You know what I mean? Like the importance of that character is.
And I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
it's
I'm
like
in
it
the same boat,
doesn't
then.
have to be Batman. It doesn't have to be Han. Do you know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
right.
It might be. I don't know. It might be Gizmo. Because I wanted to get that Gizmo.
I'm on the list.
It should be something that there's some connection to, but I don't think it has to be. And that's how that Poison Ivy discussion came up.
Yes,
that statue is
beautiful.
So beautiful, and I don't think Poison Ivy is necessarily either one of one of ours.
Yeah.
Favorite? I don't even know how to
either
say that.
One of our favorites.
Correct. That. But that statue is like
tremendous.
But I feel like she's close enough in the circle that like just a beautiful
But
statue.
she's also $2,000.
Well, right.
Yeah. And it's like, at what point does the capital outweigh the...
Right. No, of course.
Well, the thing, it's like a list of priority, right? Because I'm assuming you're like me. There's always a list of shit you want.
Right.
So like, how far up is it on the list is how you spend your money in order.
Right. Yeah. That's fair. And to be fair, that's not high up on. It's something that's definitely on my radar, but it's like I've got some other ones that are kind of a little bit closer to the center beacon.
I would say though, like a better piece, a significantly better piece of art statue of a character that I like less than another character that I like more, but has a more underwhelming statue. I would get the better looking statue than the character that like more, unless it's like top 3.
I just don't think underwhelming even has a place in the statue
conversation.
world.
Well,
And I
underwhelming
think that's
in
I
context.
think that's what I'm trying to stress to him is like we can't approach this as in I need this a character, I need this, I need that, I need because if it doesn't like reach out and grab you, it should absolutely not be on the list.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
I don't care if it's your most favorite character ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just shouldn't even stand a chance.
Yeah, but we have, you know, like I think that this spawned from I was looking at the 1/3 scale Melina and Katana, and she wasn't taken by them.
I'm not awed.
And I did like them, and then it turned into, but they're not great. They're not great to you.
Yeah, I mean it is all subjective, right?
Sure. But yeah, like, but I have changed my way of thinking a bit because I was thinking like one box, one franchise, one, you know, like just order, and I'm not thinking that way anymore.
I don't think the checkbox should be either way. It shouldn't force you to buy something you don't want, and it shouldn't limit you to buy something that you do want.
Correct.
It's very unlikely that you're gonna end up not having multiple Batman statues if you go with your heart.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know.
I mean, I was gonna say he has a pretty specific representation. I feel like of Batman.
Well, not only that, but I don't know. I'm more excited about the boundaries of this collection because I don't see myself going balls to the wall with it. Like I'm uncomfortable making these sorts of purchases just because of how big they are. I'm not comfortable in that space. So,
are you talking about financially or just like logistically?
Yes. So like I think what I like about this is the challenge, the logistic challenge. Like I have this set space. I'm going to fill this space with beautiful things, and then it's over. But so I got to choose wisely, and I have to choose meaningfully.
Okay, Bobby. How about this? This would never cross your mind, I'm sure. But you have set aside a space, right, in your house.
Correct.
But there's actually a lot of spaces you yourself have in the house that you're allowed to use, like i.e. the whole basement.
Correct.
Right? Why are you limiting yourself from having money aside? Why are you limiting yourself from getting a beautiful piece that you want in order to have fucking action figures on the shelf?
Well, I'm not. That's not the scenario I'm running into.
No, I'm saying like it comes down to it. Like we're healthy, we're fucking youngish, right? You just start in this quarter scale, and you already have basically in mind what you want for the space. You think they're gonna stop making amazing quarter scale pieces?
No, but I still have plenty of room. Like even with the stuff that I've picked out that's on my radar, there's room. Okay. There's plenty of room for growth. And
yeah,
like, I'm nowhere near the spot where I would have to pick over one, and like. Okay. I know that like one of the things that's really been driven home to me, you know, in the last couple months, you know, maybe last year or two, is for me it's the importance of variety of furniture, collections, scales, like the whole thing. It's ironic that like my Marvel display is one of my favorite displays, because there's like, you know, it's 4 different pieces of furniture with 2 different scales and dioramas and glass, and you know, it's like it's just visually cohesive and yet interesting, you know, and like so like that is important to me.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the beauties in the eye of the beholder kind of thing.
Correct.
That's what you want.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Like I like the variety. Like I think, you know, it's a matter of breaking down like why do I love the podcast room so much? You know, and It's like, oh, it's because of the variety. There's details, there's bookcases, there's skinny bookcases. Some are at an angle, some are straight. There's a light stand, there's books, there's 1/12 scale figures, there's 1/6 scale figures, there's statues, there's, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I like, that's like, I like that feel of like, and I also like, you know, I like that home, like I want it to feel like home, you know, like cozy. You know what I mean? Like
our collection aesthetics is just different.
Correct.
Yeah.
But like, but I'm not even at the, like, I'm more at the point with like, it's more so of like, look, like, trying to limit what I purchase so that I don't fill that space too quickly with stuff that I regret.
Right.
You know, just to like make poignant, calculated, like, yep, this one, yep, that one, and then move forward. You know, like that Soundwave statue is like great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like
it's that balance of like being okay with having empty shelves. Like I've come to like that's something that I have had to learn. Like after, when moving here, when I start looking at I have this space, let me look for something to buy. I'm like, well, that's not the right mentality.
Right.
I shouldn't look for something just to fill the space.
Right. Right. Our room for growth is important. But like I just you know I wanna be smart about it, and I don't want any regrets.
And I mean, like, especially like, Laura is into this stuff now, like these fine art statues.
Right.
Like, she's there with you, so like, you have,
Right.
like you're basically buying the stuff together, right? Like, you're not just like buying.
I wouldn't say they were buying it together. Like, of the ones that I have, I'm not sure that she would have bought any of them necessarily.
I see.
So
I wasn't sure how it worked.
Now the Witchblade one and the Darkness one that's on my radar
Yes,
is also on her radar, and so is the Poison Ivy one.
Well, you can have them when I die.
Yeah, well, you'll outlive me, Joe. You're
Yeah,
Asian.
Joe, you're going to be like 300.
You're Asian, and you have no corona. But yeah, so I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else? Anybody?
No, I think that was. I think for the most part, everybody's kind of on a similar page, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just that it's a big purchase, it's a big commitment. It really has to be something spectacular to warrant that sort of. I brought this one down. This is the zinc. It just got delivered.
Oh! I didn't know. Sorry. I thought it was just a different flavor. I was like, I'm good with it.
I don't want grape. Yeah. So I mean, I think, you know, in discussing it further, like really everybody's kind of on a very similar page, right?
Mm-hmm. With what we want to get. Yeah, but I think in general, I've just slowed down a lot. Just saying, like me and Bobby used to be the same with like buying stuff, and now I'm like, I don't know. I don't look for stuff to buy, or stuff don't hit my radar as much. I don't, you know, I don't know what it is. It's like not that I don't have the money. I have the same amount of money I always had.
I think you get choosier, and I think that's what we've seen, right? I think that unfortunately, this is like a drug, right? Where the fix gets harder and harder to fill, and you become less easily satisfied. So you're now at a point where to scratch that itch or satisfy that, like it's not like 2 hours of work. It's like, you know, half a paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's like, or not, you know what I mean? But like it's a big chunk. So it's
yeah, they're not cheap.
It becomes I don't know. I mean, I told him, I said, I also don't think I could handle, he has all this money out there with this like lack
we
of
actually talked about
delivery
that.
dates. Like, oh my God, like I couldn't handle that. But
I mean, like, yeah,
it'll feel great.
Like, as long as with companies that you trust, as long as I don't feel like I might get fucked on my money, I'm okay with it.
Well, ironically, I mean, the only one that I absolutely trust to you know what I mean, at this point, is the Hasbro crowdfunding one. You know, because I've never dealt with, you know, I know you had a great experience with Magicase, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, like this is my first time dealing with them, and it's also my first time dealing with spec fiction, and it's been a little rocky start, you know.
not
on my
fault,
end,
right?
which we've also made clear on this episode as well. But
all my Darkness Witchblade and Magdalena's all from them, all from spec fic.
yeah, and like I don't have any worries, but it's just like, you know, it is a lot of money out there in the ether.
Yeah, just that you've spent but have not gotten
Correct.
Returned.
Correct.
It's part of it. It's harder for me to be pleased with stuff because I guess I'm more picky when it comes to stuff. But I don't know if part of it is detox, Laura. I don't know. It's because like when I had to buy this house and I had to stop buying stuff for a while, that like I broke out of the habit of always needing to buy something or have something shipped.
Yeah.
Like after I broke out of that mentality of always looking for a package, like I told him today I got a shipping notice for something I pre-ordered, and I was like, oh, I didn't even remember I had that. Whereas before, like I would have been checking
Right.
that
All the
release
time.
date all the time.
Right.
So I don't know if it's part of just breaking the habit.
And I usually take things as they come, to be fair. Like, it's very rare that I'm, like, adamantly checking on something, like, to see. Like, I usually just, like, I have this shit out there, and as it pops up, and I'll deal with it then. But, you know, because a lot of, like I said, I mean, the most excited I've been for something coming in has been that Strong Guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, ironically.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but, like...
Yeah, the same thing, Laura. It's fucking crazy.
But it was satisfying.
But he's also really, I mean, the Legends dios of like really look good and are really coming together, and that wall, what we have, like 4 left?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
Or 5.
4, 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 15.
Yeah.
So like it's like, and the wall is looking good, and so I think to have something arrive and be able to put it
in there
in a completed diorama, like there's just so many levels of fulfillment.
And it completed the team also, like the X Factor team.
Yeah, it was just
like,
a lot of levels of.
It just checked a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'll feel that way when the Magic cases come in, because I have this like empty space in my house that I've been looking at for fucking ever, you know, and like
You have a couple things you can sit in there.
and I have a couple things that I can sit in there, and like, you know, it'll just be satisfying in a different type of way than just putting a figure on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like we're all collectors, but different kind of collectors, right? So like you're not only a collector, but you're a completionist, which I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I think that's a difference. Like I collect things, but doesn't mean I need collections. You know what I mean?
I'm a completionist with
certain things.
with bumpers. So like, I'm not buying every Marvel Legend, but like, I want my 90s.
Because he already has them all. That's why.
I was wondering what don't you have?
Yeah,
Which
no, I
one
mean,
did you
like
pass on? Oh, because I already have 3
No,
other
like-
versions of the same character.
I think they've put out 3 or 4 waves this year, and this is the only one I've bought.
But you collect lines though. Just like again, back to
Not really. Fans
Just like-
toys. In Black Series. But even Black Series, like, I've passed on some stuff, like the Revan in white. Like, I was like, I don't need that.
But you like the Montaro is because you're in it on the line.
Yes, but that's a little different because, like, it's not that I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like. It's like, you know, it's like Bill Murray described fucking laundry in Ghostbusters. Like, it's not just simply clean and dirty. There's very, you know, variant shades of gray. Like I want a Kung Lao 10 out of 10. I want a Mataro 3 out of 10. But I don't not want the Mataro. Do you know what I mean? It's just not exciting.
So if they released the whole line right now, you would still get the Montaro.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. But I still like, even with Storm, I'm not getting any of these new ninjas. I'm not getting
like you don't have enough.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not a completionist. So like, I'm not getting the red Raiden. I'm getting the blue Raiden. I don't need both. Like, I do have some bumpers on everything.
Right. And you're in on this G.I. Joe line now
Yes,
too, right?
but I have bumpers on that as well. Like, they've already put out like a repaint of Roadblock. I'm not getting that.
Well, I don't really count repaints.
Yeah,
No.
so I'm not getting.
I have the character.
So I'm not getting that. They showed the Storm Shadow, but it's like the alternate Storm Shadow with like the black and white suit. You know what I'm talking about, the hood. I passed on that. I passed on that. I don't want that. They put out like there's another one that's like a red Cobra Trooper. I passed on that. Like, either I have a connection to the character and I want it, or I don't.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything has bumpers. Sometimes you have to go very far down the lane to find it. But everything does have a bumper.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think the ones that I push the boundaries on the most are the Black Series. You know, like, because I have some shit of that. But I mean, to be fair, a lot of that stuff, like, Tyler gifted me something, right? And I paid him for it or something. And then he was like, that was a gift. And I was like, yeah, well, so is this. You know, and it was the keys. I tipped him, basically. Like, I was like, thank you, you know, and I wanted to buy a plastic spool for him, and, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I gave him some money, and he was like, I was happy to do it. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm happy to do this, you know. And then there's a Black Series like droid, right? And I was like, I don't really want it. And he was like, I thought you were a completionist. And I was like, no, I'm not a completionist. And then he gifted that to me. You know what I mean? So I have it, but I wouldn't have bought it. There are things like that, you know, even like I haven't bought a Takara MP since Megatron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on the recent, for dummies, you just think, as a matter of fact, you don't want any fucking Takara shit anymore.
Yeah, I don't. I want them to get out of the way. I really do.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any allure to Takara. Like there's very few companies that are really on my radar. You know, Fans Toys, obviously, MMC, Make Toys would be if they ever produce product again, but like KFC, X Transbots, whatever you want to call them. That's pretty much it.
Are you getting the Chrome Dome and Rewind?
Yeah.
I'm sad about not wanting it anymore, or not caring about it anymore.
Right.
That was at one point in time where, like, you know, I would have jumped for it.
Right. And I'll tell you, I'm not as excited now as I would have been 3 years ago. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm still in for the DJD as well. You know, like, and then one of those is supposed to be coming soon. And I got one more left. It's like my fucking longest running collection.
But there's only one left. The one of the big ones already released.
He is coming.
Okay.
So he's out. He's out overseas, and I think he's he's en route to the States. Some people already have him, of course, but so yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna get rid of my Transformers. I think it's too much of a pain in the dick, and I do like them, but I'm not sure if I'm buying any more Transformers.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean,
weird.
Like I said, like there's like if I could get a Defensor, the Protectobot set, Predacons, Technobots.
Well, see, they can't.
So, like, we're already at like 20, right? Because these are all combiners.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
and like, also when I started questioning Bobby, it was like when you talk about you wanting that Kang toy set, I'm like, that is not your aesthetic. That is not what you want.
So, but I haven't opened it. I haven't opened it, and like
that's one of those things where, like, are you making yourself want this?
I'm waiting to see how the combined mode looks. If I can handle the combined mode, cool. If I don't like the combined mode, then out they go in box, never mint in sealed box.
Right.
But like yeah, but I mean I know it sounds like a lot, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 combiner teams.
That is fucking 20 dudes.
So yeah, so
that's 20 dudes, man.
I understand that, but like
$2,000 at least.
Correct, but 3 years ago, it was like far more than that. You know what I mean? So like just keeping it in perspective, like if I got those checked off, like I'm good. You know,
dude,
like
it was painful for me when you started listing off how many Seekers and how much you've spent on Seekers.
Yeah, it was painful. Hey, like Allen Iverson said, man, I know it's painful. It's painful for me too. Yeah, I mean, and that hurt, and that's why, like, I'm adamantly against that shit. Like, you're not going to get unless they were $100, or if Fans Toys does them, maybe, but like, you're not going to get. Takara will not get my money again for a Seeker. You're just not. I've bought too many.
Yeah.
Everybody hit my inbox like, well, what about if Fans Toys does one? I'm like, yeah, then I would do it. Then suck my dick.
Fans Toys are an exception to...
people want to catch me in a trick bag. It's like, dude, I'll walk right into that trick bag. I don't even fucking, you know what I mean? Like, fuck you think you're talking to?
Me in that bag.
Yeah, fucking. Anyway, but like, but yeah, no issues. And I think that does it.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else.
Good to hear your voice, Joe.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see you at some point.
Oh, I hope
I'm sure Krista will see you at some point.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you a quarter for your thoughts.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, back to our regularly scheduled show. All right, so either she wanted to have the conversation and we did it, or she didn't want to have it, and we're cutting this in now. But we're going to go over some questions from this past week, if there are any, and I believe there are, but it's so hard to keep up with this shit. So there are a few. One is Chris N. He says, you guys were talking about the business of drugs and the annoyance of foreign language speakers only being subtitled rather than being dubbed for a more passive viewing. He says, I discovered a neat workaround to add audible subtitles. Turn on English AD. AD means additional dialogue, and it is a feature for the visually impaired. If you use an Apple TV, swipe down on your remote, and it can be turned on or off in the audio section of the menu that displays. The subtitles will be spoken aloud, but since there is a feature for the visually impaired, there will be additional AD-HOC dialogue describing. So that's a workaround.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I would have never thought about that, but yeah, that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good tip for anybody out there.
Yeah, and he said, love the show. If you share this, I'm fine with you saying Chris in California. So there it is. Chris in California shared this tip. Thank you, Chris. And then we have...
one second. You did watch Unsolved Mysteries. Did you finish Unsolved Mysteries?
I did not.
How did you... You watched several, though, right?
Yeah, I think I fell asleep on the second one. The second one was French.
Because subtitled...
Probably. The second one was French? Or like it took place in foreign? Yeah, that's the one I fell asleep on.
Super interesting, though. That's a fucking super interesting one.
Yeah.
That was the one I watched last night.
I've actually heard that, but I
But Bobby doesn't want to read.
No, I don't.
Well, now you get the workaround.
Also, we've reached 100,000 downloads. Nerd Rage has. So
congratulations to ourselves.
Yeah. And then Paul C had two questions. He said, if you could turn one of your hobbies into your full-time job, which of them would you choose? Would you actually do it if given the opportunity? Do you think having to be something you now have to do as opposed to get to do would ruin your love for it? To add an additional dimension of fun to this, let's have each cast member guess what the others would say first and then see if they're correct. It would definitely be Twitch for Joe, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it is a hobby. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because I would never turn any hobby into a business. That would just fucking ruin it for me. But Twitch is already itself just people giving us money, fucking talk shit. I mean, it's basically podcasting. Right? Is this a hobby, Bobby?
Yeah.
I mean, people give you money for this shit. But
it's just not really for this though. We're not like Nerd Rage. The show doesn't really make any money.
I mean, it brings people to Patreon, right?
Yes, theoretically, yes. So like it is one of the tiers. Like the $1 tier gets Nerd Rage early and Force Sensitive early.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just part of the package.
Yeah. For me, it would be podcasting. Like if I could do something like professionally, like it would be that. But I mean, I like with that, I would really have the freedom to like let loose. Because like there's
now.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is like this is still an edited version of me. You know what I mean? Because like I have responsibilities that I can't sacrifice for the sake of enjoyment of a podcast. But like if I had the free and clear,
yeah.
Oh my God, it would be a sight to behold.
We'll definitely be able to do live shows and be on camera and shit.
Yeah, and I'm guessing Chris's would be making diorama stuff.
And that's a funny thing, right? Because you guys are already doing that. Like you like toys, and you fucking basically get money to toy review, right?
Yeah.
You like to talk about nerd stuff, and you basically get paid to do that.
Yeah.
You like to do art, and you basically get paid to do that.
Yeah.
So like your hobby and business are really intertwined.
Correct.
Especially.
Correct. I just can't sustain my lifestyle on them.
Right.
That's what.
I guess that's the difference. If you could just quit your day job and just continue what you're doing, but get more money for it.
Right.
Right.
That would be the kicker is that I could match my day job. Which is just not very feasible. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's benefits and stuff anyway. Like.
Yeah, that too. All that stuff.
Fucking when you mop and shit, they'd be giving you benefits, and when you're on YouTube.
So he continues on.
Yeah.
He continues on and says, how much money would you be willing to pay for something for it to just become dressing in one of your dios or customs? How much money would you be willing to pay for something for it to just become dressing in one of your dios or customs? The HasLab Sentinel is worth $350. Would you back a second one in order to have it in pieces for a diorama? I see. Even the old Toy Biz Sentinel goes for $150-ish. Is that more than you'd be willing to spend on something that was going to be broken up? For me, it would be case by case dependent. I think I would have a hard time spending more than $100 for something like that.
For me, I don't keep count, but I do. Like I buy full kits, full parts. So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that counts. Like if like this for instance, these Imperial Knights for the Warhammer stuff. Like they come with one hand and one gun. If I want, I bought multiple because I want, more than the weapons I'm given.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money. Like it's $100 for a kit, and I'm buying basically $100 kit for an arm.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think like I've bought. I've spent some money on some of these dioramas.
Like the statues, the exclusive statues. In the office.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I spent.
How much were those?
I can't remember. I bought them from Esteban or Calum. I can't. They're my two hookups when it comes to the Disney shit over there. And I know I got the lightsaber from Calum, and I think I got the statues from Esteban. But they're always
not super cheap, but not super expensive.
No, I want to say they were $60 to $80 a pop, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's a good amount for the backdrop.
For a set of two. So,
But they are just backdrop pieces.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, the X-Mansion one I did, like I bought like those windows and the door frame and the railings.
And all those toy dollhouse parts.
Yeah, I mean, like that was all. I mean, the same one for the X-Mansion inside. I bought all those dollhouse parts. Like that one probably ran me. Because that's the thing is, I'll probably spend hundreds of dollars on background stuff for a diorama, but nothing that's like $100. Do you know what I mean? It's like 20 here, 30 there, 45, 20, 10, 15, and then before you know it, the whole thing cost me fucking $200. But
I think it's easier to spend money that way. Is what it is. You don't see it together. Like if someone was like, "Here's all this furniture for $200," you would be like, "I don't know about that." But then you go and parts it out, and it's be the same cost. But it's easier to swallow, being $20 here and there.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess that would be me. And Chris, I don't know. I mean, Chris doesn't. I mean, but let's see if he's interested in answering next week. We don't want to answer for him.
Yeah, and he makes his own shit.
Right.
But I guess we're talking specifically about like figures, like background figures, or like troop building. I'm assuming, like how many stormtroopers are you willing to buy for this fucking formation on your shelf?
Yeah.
Because people do, right? People have like fucking whole regiments and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be so case dependent for me because like I couldn't have just one stormtrooper, but
exactly.
But buying two stormtroopers is not really a big deal. They're $20 a pop. So like,
well, it depends on which stormtrooper, right?
Yeah, but like I wouldn't buy like an exorbitant like ridiculously priced stormtrooper for a backup piece. I would buy like a cheap one.
Yeah. I think you have that. Don't you have some cheap stormtroopers you used as fillers?
Yeah. I mean, I have model kits and Bondi model kits and so I got that whichever Hasbro ones is put out, and then I have like 2 SHF and 1 Mafex. That Mafex one is probably the worst of all of them. But it was like back in the day. And I mean that should do it. That's all questions we got. Do you have anything else? No, I mean I have something else I want to talk about, but I think it would just roll into the quarter scale conversation. Okay. Well, hopefully we have that conversation, and if not, maybe we'll just have it and cut that part in, and you've already heard it. Yep. All right. So with that, shout out to the Cool Table, Shadowcast, and Cut Into the Realm. Look, I'm not gonna do it all today. Shout out to everybody that we've shouted out on every show. I'm feeling a little tired. I kind of want to get through. You just kind of got the rawness. Yeah, I'm not feeling 100%. So shout out everybody. You know where my heart is, and hopefully next week I'll be feeling better, and I'll do a special shout out for everyone. But I'm still trying to get Laura to have this conversation. So let's see if we can make that happen. And with that, Flap your labius. Tight dick player.